I would like to introduce those seated on the platform. Please hold your applause until all have been introduced. I would like to introduce the administration, academic deans, and others from the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. Dr. Ray Wallace, Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor. I'm going to take a moment of privilege here. This will be Dr. Wallace's last graduation day with UAFS as he moves on to his new position as Chancellor of Indiana University Southeast. Let's give him a round of applause for his outstanding work here over the last 7 years. Mark Horn, Vice Chancellor for University Relations. Again, I want to take a little privilege. This will be Mr. Horn's last graduation day as he retires after 22 years here at UAFS and before that West Ark College. Let's give Mr. Horn a round of applause for his stellar 22-year career. Dr. Lee Crable, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs. Dr. Mary Lackey, Vice Chancellor for University Advancement. Darrell Morrison, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Administration. Dr. Mark Arant, Dean, College of Science, Technology, Engineering, and Mathematics, and Interim Dean, College of Education. Dr. Georgia Hale, Associate Provost and Dean, College of Applied Science and Technology. Dr. Joe Harden, Dean, College of Languages and Communication. Dr. Carolyn Mosley, Dean, College of Health Sciences. Dr. Henry Rennie, Dean, College of Humanities and Social Sciences. Dr. Margaret Tanner, Interim Dean, College of Business. Diana Rowden, Dean, College of Student Success. Penny Pendleton, Dean of Enrollment Management. Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Cox, Commanding Officer of the UAFS Army ROTC Detachment. Rick Goins, Director of Alumni Affairs, and Wayne Womack, Registrar. Let's give them a round of applause. I'd like to introduce members of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Board of Visitors, which is our board of community leaders who help to support University of Arkansas Fort Smith and promote it throughout the region. Our two members there who are here today are Michael Barr and Ivy Owen. Let's give them a round of applause. We have some special guests with us today. Would you rise and be recognized as I call your name? First person I'd like to call is First Lady, my wife, Janice Barron. Representative Denny Altus. And Mr. Kevin Settle, City Director. Seated before you are members of the faculty who represent the academic departments of the university upon whose recommendation candidates for degrees are presented. Faculty members, please rise and be recognized. Thank you. You may be seated. The success of an institution also relies on the hard work of its staff, many of whom are here today, many of whom you've seen working around, directing you. I would like to recognize them. If there are any staff members in the audience, please rise, or on the sidelines, please rise and be recognized as our proud staff of University of Arkansas Fort Smith. Graduates, congratulations on this culmination of your academic endeavors. On behalf of the Board of Trustees, the University of Arkansas system, and our faculty and staff, I extend to you our sincerest thanks for giving the University of Arkansas Fort Smith the privilege of being the vehicle for your formal education. I have a whole number of comments here written about you're continuing to be learners as you move forward, as your ability to contribute to the world as graduates increases as you move forward in your lives. But here's the real story. This morning, I got up at 6 a.m. to go take care of my 90-year-old father who's at a local retirement center. and I got him up, and he's still in pretty good health. He's a little fuzzy, but if you're 90, you're allowed to be a little fuzzy. But the most important possession he has, and the thing that he looks for the first every morning, every single morning, the first thing he looks for is his college ring. He graduated 68 years ago, and he still identifies himself with his alma mater, and that college ring, to him, is what sets him apart, is what makes him special, is what gives him status in his own mind as an accomplishment that no one could take away from him. That's a significant sign of what you are going to walk across this stage and receive. Because if you're fortunate enough and blessed enough and have the good genes enough to get that old, I hope that the first thing that you think about every day is either thinking about your college experience and relating your whole life back to that, or putting on a symbol like a ring that reminds you of what happened here. Graduating from a university with a 2-year or 4-year, whatever kind of degree or certification you're getting today, sets you apart. And the thing that I want you to remember the most about being set apart is that you have now entered an arena of less than 30% of people in this country who have degrees. That makes you unique, and it makes you a leader. And I look forward to each of you going out into the world in your own way and carrying the knowledge forward and being leaders, because that's why I hope that's why you came here. This day, I hope for you, is incredibly symbolic and important, but I hope that it is not so symbolic that it becomes the most important day, but rather the first of many important days in your lives as you carry your education forward and do something significant. I look forward to watching your trajectory, and I promise that all of us here at UAFS will keep working hard to make your degree. We're going to build this school, continue to build this school, because my goal is to make your degree increasingly valuable as the years go by. I hope that you carry your fond thoughts with you and good memories of the victory in education that you're celebrating today. And tomorrow on Mother's Day, thank your mother for all she has done for you. Now let me introduce our speaker. Senator Shane Broadway is the Director for the Department of Higher Education and has been with the agency since January 2011. Director Broadway is a member of Governor Beebe's full cabinet, as well as the governor's workforce cabinet, an appointed group of state government leaders charged with creating 21st century jobs and skilled workers. Director Broadway's primary responsibility is oversight of staff whose jobs are to carry out the policy directives of the Arkansas Higher Education Coordinating Board and to develop funding recommendations for the state's 11 public universities and 22 public two-year colleges, as well as several other post-secondary entities. In addition, the agency is responsible for distributing approximately $170 million annually from state revenues and lottery funds intended to ease the financial burden of students seeking an education beyond high school. An Arkansas State University alumnus, Broadway served 3 terms as state representative for Pulaski and Saline counties and 2 terms in the Arkansas Senate, and he was elected Speaker of the House by his colleagues in 2001. Mr. Broadway has had many achievements in his life, but the thing that he's doing now, the job that he's doing now in the Arkansas Department of Higher Education is a very important job. Based on his dedication and the work I see the ADHE doing, it is clear that Director Broadway goes to work every day with the goal of making higher education possible and graduation more attainable for Arkansans. Please help me welcome one of the hardest working public servants in Arkansas, Arkansas Director of Higher Education, Shane Broadway.
Chancellor Barron, thank you very much for those kind words of introduction. Good morning. I am indeed honored to be here with you today. And first, I want to thank Chancellor Barron, soon to be Chancellor Wallace. Mark, thank you for your service to this institution, to the senior staff, to the members of the Board of Visitors, to the distinguished faculty and staff of the University of Arkansas at Fort Smith. It is truly an honor to be here on this special day. I also want to recognize a few other individuals before I make some other remarks. As the Chancellor mentioned, I had the honor of serving as a member of the Arkansas General Assembly. One was introduced who I had the distinct honor to serve with. Others who represent this institution could not be with us today, but deserve a recognition for their support of this institution and higher education in general. Representative Altus, my friend, thank you for being here and for your commitment to this institution. Senator Files, Senator Holland, Representative McGill, and Representative Malone, I appreciate their service and I appreciate their dedication to the University of Arkansas at Fort Smith. I had the honor, as Speaker of the House, to preside over the passage of legislation that created the University of Arkansas at Fort Smith. And every day since, I've become more and more grateful that I had that opportunity. As I see the great things that the Chancellor and this outstanding staff and faculty do each and every day for this institution and for this community and for this region. The value that is placed by this institution on knowledge and education and economic development are a true testimony to why we did what we did when we did it. This institution continues to show that decision was the right decision to make. And I applaud each and every one who are involved in this institution or who have been involved in this institution for your dedication to this community, for your dedication to growing and creating and retaining jobs and keeping this economy moving in the Fort Smith community and throughout the region in our state. Now, graduates, today is your day. I sat where you sit 20 years ago this weekend. You can tell by the gray hairs that are starting to form right here. I sat contemplating, reflecting, probably many of the same thoughts that you're having sitting there today. The first thing I will tell you is 20 years from now, I will not expect you to remember that I was your commencement speaker, because I can't tell you who spoke at mine. What I do remember was sitting there very humbled and very grateful. Grateful to an institution that took a chance on me. Because you see, before I arrived at that institution, I was not the best student to ever walk the halls of Bryant High School. When I graduated from high school, I was in that half of the class that made the top half possible. You come to some of these commencements and they have various honors that are assigned to students based upon their grade point: magna cum laude, summa cum laude, cum laude. I was in this other category way down here called thank you laude. But I was blessed that an institution took a chance on me, albeit I was on probation the day I arrived. The president of that university now calls me the only student body president in the history of the institution to ever start out on probation. I remember rolling up in a 1976 canary yellow Ford LTD. That was as long as from here to the end of that red carpet down there. It only had an AM radio. I didn't have a cell phone. I didn't have a lot going for me. But I was blessed with parents who valued education. And for that, I am eternally grateful. My father began taking out savings bonds the day I was born. And so the day I walked across this stage, I didn't know a dime. He left the 8th grade to join the United States Navy to fight in World War II. And so to all of you who have served or are currently serving our country, I am deeply indebted to you for your service. Thank you. And though he left the 8th grade, he valued education for the remainder of his life. When he turned 40 years old, he decided as an example to his children, he went back and got his GED. It was not going to get him a raise or a better job. But any time that any of his children complained about education, he had something to come back with them. He valued and wanted one of his children to go to college. Fortunately, that was me. So I overcame a lot of things, and I stand before you today a direct result of the opportunity for a higher education. And it's why I get up each and every day, because the things that I have been able to do and see and achieve in my life, I can directly correlate back, as the Chancellor talked about, to a higher education. And so today I hope that you will reflect upon all the things that have brought you to this day. You may have been like me in high school and had to overcome a lot of challenges and a lot of obstacles to arrive at this day. Some of you may have faced other challenges with family, with friends, with work. But you have persevered, you have sacrificed, and you have shown your commitment to an education and to yourself, to your community, and to this institution. I think about often that day and the 20 years since and the things that I have been able to do and see. And they are beyond my wildest imagination and wildest dreams. My childhood dream was to be the voice of the Arkansas Razorbacks. And a few years ago, I received a phone call when I was Speaker of the House that someone at the university had found out that was my childhood dream. And so the call said, be in the press box the second quarter of the Arkansas versus LSU game. Okay? So I go up, and for 15 minutes, I was the voice of the Arkansas Razorbacks. I cannot tell you a single thing that happened in those 15 minutes. I was like a kid on Christmas morning the whole time I was there. But I had, even if for only 15 minutes, achieved my dream. And that is one of my messages to you today, that no matter where you come from, what your last name might be, what your mom and dad do or do not do for a living, what kind of car you drive, or who your family members might be, you can do anything in life that you want to do if you set your mind to it. And by being here today, you have already shown to all of us in this room that you can. The most famous member of my family at the time, and probably still, was my third cousin Joe, who robbed the bauxite branch of the Benton State Bank 3 times. The last time he walked in, he said, "You know who I am, and you know what I'm here for." So I am a living, breathing example that no matter your circumstance, you can live out your dream. So I encourage you as you go forth from this day to keep that in mind. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't be and do anything that you want to be. As long as you set your heart and mind to it, you can achieve it. And this institution and its distinguished faculty have prepared you for any and everything that you will confront on your journey. And I do hope that at the end of the day, that you will reflect back on this day and your time here at the University of Arkansas at Fort Smith, and that you will remember it fondly. And that at some point in time, there will be an opportunity for you to give back to this institution. That might be sharing your story with someone who's thinking about going to college and going here. That might be serving on a committee. That might be being involved in the community. That might be giving a donation back to the institution, which I'm sure the Chancellor would very much appreciate. It could be a lot of things. Don't forget where you came from and who provided you the opportunity to go out and pursue the dreams and goals that you have. The last thing I will share is that when I was in the 3rd grade, my dream at the time was to be a member of my high school's basketball team. They were in the midst of winning a state championship, and it was the talk of town. School was dismissed when they went to the state tournament. Convoys followed the bus out of town. It was a big deal. And every kid at Bryan Elementary School wanted to be a Bryan Hornet basketball player. Well, a few years later, I had that opportunity. Kind of like my academic career, my athletic career was about the same. I was on that half of the team that made the starting 5 possible. But each night before we would go out, there was a poem on the door, as a reminder that when we ran out that locker room, there was going to be an arena full, just like this, of kids who wanted to be us, whose dream was to wear that uniform, and that we had a responsibility to serve as an example and as a witness to them, and to carry ourselves in a manner that beheld the title we held. And so in a few moments, when you come across this stage and flash bulbs are popping just like a paparazzi at the Hollywood movie premiere, the first thing I want you to do is enjoy the moment. You deserve it. And as you come up this ramp and receive your degree and walk off, think about everyone in your life who has made this day possible, and enjoy this moment in time. The next thing I want you to do is remember that when you receive that degree, there's words that will come with it that say, you are granted this degree and all rights and responsibilities that thereunto pertain. You are now a graduate, and you are viewed in a different light, as the Chancellor mentioned. You have overcome odds, and you are a part of an elite group of Americans who have achieved this day. Go forth and be an example for higher education, for this institution. Be that example to someone sitting in this arena today who is sitting there thinking, hey, if they can do it, maybe I can do it. We need everyone to go and achieve a higher education if we're going to retain and create the kind of jobs that we need in our state. And so I want to share with you this poem that hopefully you will keep in mind. It says, there are little eyes upon you, and they're watching night and day. There are little ears that quickly take in every little word you say. There are little hands all eager to do anything you do, and a little boy who's dreaming of the day he'll be like you. You're the little boy's idol. You're the wisest of the wise. In his little mind about you, no suspicions ever rise. He believes in you devoutly, holds that all you say and do, he will say and do in your way when he's grown up like you. There's a wide-eyed little boy who believes you're always right, and his ears are always open, and he watches day and night. You are setting an example every day in all you do for the little boy who's waiting to grow up to be like you. On behalf of Governor Mike Beebe and the members of the Arkansas Higher Education Coordinating Board, congratulations and Godspeed.
And I'd like to invite Director Broadway to come back and do color at our basketball game, our Lions basketball game right here at the next season to complement his experience with the Razorbacks. As we proceed, please observe these three courtesies that show respect for all. First, a professional photographer will take a photograph of all graduates as they receive their degrees. Please do not come forward to make individual photographs so that we may keep congestion to a minimum and allow the audience an unobstructed view. Graduates, please remember to stop for a photograph with me after you have received your diploma. Now, just so you know, you're not getting off this stage without a picture with me. And so, when you walk up here, you're going to see feet taped to the dais. That's where you go, all right? And I'm going to pull you there. And if you start to walk off stage, I will embarrass you and pull you back on here, just so you know. Second, graduation is a happy time for all of us, and I ask that as the names of the graduates are read, show your pride in their accomplishment with appropriate reserve and dignity. Third, out of respect for the graduates and their families, please remain until all graduates have been recognized and the recessional is complete. And now I call upon Provost and Senior Vice Chancellor Ray Wallace to come forward to present the candidates for their degrees.
Will the candidates for all degrees from the University of Arkansas Fort Smith please rise? Chancellor Barron, each candidate standing before you has completed a prescribed course of study defined by our great faculty. The names of candidates graduating in absentia are listed in the program, but will not be read. Some candidates are wearing medals as recipients of an Academic Excellence Award as selected by their faculty of their program. A number of candidates have completed their studies with a grade point average of at least 3.60 and are identified as academic honor students by an honor stole which they wear. Each dean will announce the students' honor status as their names are called. On behalf of the faculty of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith, it is my great pleasure and privilege to present these candidates for the awarding of technical certificates, associate degrees, and baccalaureate degrees.
Will the faculty of the University of Arkansas Fort Smith now stand to show concurrence? With the concurrence of this faculty and by the authority invested in me by the Board of Trustees of the University of Arkansas system, I confer upon you your respective degrees with all of the honor, rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. Faculty and students, you may be seated. Wayne Womack, the University Registrar, will now come forward to assist in the presentation of diplomas. The graduates will now be recognized by the deans of their colleges in the following order. Dr. Georgia Hale, Dean, College of Applied Science and Technology. Dr. Margaret Tanner, Interim Dean, College of Business. Dr. Mark A. Rant, Interim Dean, College of Education. Dr. Joe Harden, Dean, College of Languages and Communication. A distinguished faculty marshal will lead each group from their respective college.
The graduates from the College of Applied Science and Technology are led forward to get their degrees by Distinguished Marshal Mr. Mark Lennon, who is a faculty member in the College of Applied Science and Technology. Jerry Dean Arball, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership, magna cum laude. Robert Kenneth Moore, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership, cum laude. Louise E. Snow, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership, cum laude. Crystal M. Walgamot, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership, cum laude. Hunter Austin Staton, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Chase Colton Cole, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Maela Roebuck, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Lindsay Ann Turner, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Andrew Tyler Shook, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Samantha Gard, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Lauren Ashley Hendricks, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Jessie Lee Watson, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Charles Mark Lennon, Bachelor of Applied Science. This is our Marshall, one of our faculty members. Amber Nicole Bean, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Caitlin Renee Haynes, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Amber Nicole Brown, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Jessica Lee Kinsey, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Justin Wesley Cox, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Lexington Faith Mathias, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Amy Renee Driscoll, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Chase Ryan Coonrod, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Sierra Brooke Hayes, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Callie Marie Smith, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Brittany Lynn Chandler, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Amanda Diane Shook, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Amanda Michael Marie James, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Leanne Charlotte Dyer, Bachelor of Applied Science. Aaron Jason Fox, Bachelor of Science, Animation Technology. David A. Sexton, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Joshua D. Autry, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Ryan Austin Milliken, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Joshua T. Gibson, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Destiny Akia Howard, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Jake Topol, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Reginald Bo Franklin, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Martha Ann Schmaltz, Bachelor of Applied Science. Deborah Yates Christian, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Billy Ruth Scott, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Cherise Sierra Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Corey Lee Copeland, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Shirley D. Woods McElwee, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Katrina Marie Noctagali, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Brenda Jo Hopkins, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Lindsay Ray Johnson, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Christina K. Horn, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Michael Shannon Russell, Bachelor of Applied Science. Rogelio Perez, Bachelor of Applied Science. Heather Lee Carter, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Mary Lynn Kimberling, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Taylon M. Henderson, Bachelor of Applied Science. Chelsea Wanonalan Young, Bachelor of Science, Animation Technology, accompanied by her father, Roger Young, Student ADA Coordinator. Morgan Brittany Kilpatrick. Morgan Brittany Kilpatrick, Bachelor of Science, Organizational Leadership. Ricky Lee Jones, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Faye M. Rice, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Janetta Yvette Henry, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Tanya Lee Rush, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Teresa M. Susi, Associate of Applied Science, Workforce Leadership. Judy Raylene Harrington, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Sheila Don Harrell, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional in Office Technology. Carla C. Jones, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology, Architectural. Larry Stephen Black, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Judah Avila, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Carissa Caitlin Kojit, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Eric Norman White Goodson, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Jean E. Cutter, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Joey E. McCammon, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology, Automotive. Daniel S. Dietz, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology. Fauna Mae Delaney, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional, and Office Technology. Hannah Renee Briley, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional, and Office Technology. Tiara Danielle Ellis, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional, and Office Technology. Chelsea Faye Ann Robinson, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional, and Office Technology. Haley Marissa Brown, Associate of Applied Science, Administrative Professional, and Office Technology. Shauna Christine Taylor, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies. Haley Beth Spencer, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies. Don L. Bischetti, Associate of Applied Science, Paralegal Studies. Charles Timothy McGowan, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology. Matthew Colby Muscaz, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology. Joseph Martinez, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology, Architectural. Jerry W. Orick, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology. Christopher A. Nichols, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology. Joel Bill, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology. David S. Coram, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Technology. John Henry Fleming, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Technology. Dakota Aaron McEllier, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Technology. Lou D. Yang, Associate of Applied Science, Electronics Technology. Benjamin Keith Scott, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology. Joshua Louie, Associate of Applied Science, General Technology. Brandon Hunter Campbell, Associate of Applied Science, Computer Graphic Technology. Dreama L. Poindexter, Certificate Office Assistant. Raven J. Baldridge, Certificate Office Assistant. Please join me in congratulating all of the graduates from the College of Applied Science and Technology.
The graduates from the College of Business are led forward to receive their degrees by Dr. George Schmidt, Distinguished Marshal from the College of Business. Students from the College of Business all receive Bachelor of Business Administration degrees. Chance Taylor Faye Locklear, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Jennifer Lee Garcia, BBA Accounting, cum laude. Ina Renee Ballantyne, BBA Accounting, cum laude. Caitlin Joanna Marley, BBA Accounting and Business Administration, cum laude. Patricia Dawn Harmon, BBA Accounting, cum laude. Irvin Joshua Rodriguez, BBA Accounting, cum laude. David Sean McWilliams, BBA Accounting, cum laude. Megan Michelle Maston, BBA Marketing, cum laude. Amber Ryan Snyder, BBA Business Administration, cum laude. Colton Chase Clark, BBA Business Administration, cum laude. Gabriel Garola Jr., BBA Accounting. Marco Antonio Luque, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Ryan Scott Pangonas, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Andrew Tucker Holder, BBA Accounting. Elizabeth Ann Vincent, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Evan Alley Ward, BBA Accounting. Hannah Page Presley, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Andrew David Butler, BBA Accounting. Ryan Lee Napier, BBA Business Administration. Laura Beth Wittenberg, BBA Business Administration. Violetta Alexandra Sanchez, BBA Business Administration. Amanda Danielle Waldrop, BBA Business Administration. Courtney Lee Gatmeyer, BBA Business Administration. Caitlin Marie Knight, BBA Marketing. Paige Raylyn South, BBA Business Administration. Rosie Evelyn Rivas, BBA Marketing. Luana Lee Taylor, BBA Business Administration. Roseanne G. Lowry, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Leslie A. Torrance, BBA Accounting. Crystal Dawn Gunselman, BBA Accounting. Cassie Diane Bowen, BBA Accounting. Molly Mayanne Moeller, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Kaylee Brianna Ferguson, BBA Business Administration. Charla Esteline Graham, BBA Business Administration. Fong Quinn Cao, BBA Accounting. Lisa Lynn Nguyen, BBA Business Administration. Nguyen Tao Ho, BBA Business Administration. Amanda May-June Preston, BBA Business Administration. Michael Scott Leach, BBA Marketing. Eric Wayne Lively, BBA Business Administration. Bradley James Moore, BBA Business Administration. Brittany Delavan Christian, BBA Marketing. Jeff L. Westfall, Bachelor of Business Administration, Business Administration. Benjamin Stephen Smith, BBA Marketing. John Ethan Green, BBA Business Administration. Matthew Ryan DiLeonardo, BBA Business Administration. William C. Young, BBA Accounting. Ethan Jake Adams, BBA Accounting. Jacob Allen Davidson, BBA Business Administration. Taylor Garrett Napier, BBA Business Administration. Matthew Parker McCollum, BBA Business Administration. Danielle Rayleigh Hobbs, BBA Marketing. Randy Joe Caldwell, Bachelor of Business Administration, Marketing. Marvin Alexander Vidal, BBA Business Administration. Jordan B. Bozeman, BBA Marketing. Kayla Shelby Dawn Mixon, BBA Business Administration. Regina Paris Fulbright, BBA Business Administration. Gavin Trey Stanfield, BBA Business Administration. Hayden J. Shibush, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Suleiman Melanie Fon Lasuk, BBA Business Administration. Andrea M. Jorgensen, BBA Business Administration. Zachary Adam Strong, BBA Business Administration. Courtney Marie Young, BBA Business Administration. Jill Marie Harrison, BBA Marketing. Casey Jean Spahn, BBA Marketing. Katie Lee Curran, BBA Marketing. Michelle Deauville, BBA Accounting. Michelle L. Howard, BBA Accounting and Business Administration. Megan O'Neill Hogland Cody, BBA Business Administration. Lola Tua Kitukasi, BBA Business Administration. Rebecca Lauren Wheely, BBA Marketing. William Moon, BBA Marketing. Please join me in applauding the graduates from the College of Business.
The graduates from the College of Education are led forward to receive their degrees by Dr. Christine Ralston, Distinguished Marshal from the College of Education. Hanza Iqbal, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Sarah Elizabeth Munguia, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Lindsay Jo Peters, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, summa cum laude. Joshua John Bogdan, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Cantry Sosby, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Brittany Nicole Wood, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, magna cum laude. Lakin Burnett, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Kristen Hope McClure, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education, cum laude. Mallory C. Phillips, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Joellen Simmons, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Chelsea Schlegel, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Taylor Elizabeth Weathers, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Heather Nicole Wheeler, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, cum laude. Hannah Down Watlington, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Ashley Renee Mitchell, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Chelsea Michelle Jones, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Brittany Lee Cochran, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Cassie Ray Garner, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Laura Elizabeth Grace, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Brooke Lauren Watson, Early Childhood Education, Bachelor of Science. Nora G. Peraza, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Victoria Lorraine Howard, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Ashley K. Reese, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Megan Jo Brusso, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Crystal K. Lum, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Megan Lee Morris Turner, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jessica Yvonne Montgomery, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Michael Lee Boydston, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education. Amelia McDonald Montgomery, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Adria Christine Sweet, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jennifer Elaine Clem, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Kent Layden Elmore, Bachelor of Science, Middle Level Childhood Education. Rick D. Lee, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education. Shannon Muriel Pierce, Bachelor of Science, Middle Level Childhood Education, accompanied by her father, Bill Pierce, Director of Physical Plant. Heather Lynn Williver, Bachelor of Science, Middle Level Childhood Education. Justin Blake Bond, Bachelor of Science, Middle Level Childhood Education. Lindsay Elaine King, Bachelor of Science, Middle Level Childhood Education. Alyssa Marie Hayes, Bachelor of Science, Middle Childhood Education. Marjorie Toller Ritchie, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Rochelle Lee Cabrera, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Michelle Renee Maddox, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Kamisha Rochelle Watson, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Lacey Amanda Willard, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jara Ann Holloway, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Joni Lynn Hamlet, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Kayla Rochelle Sanford, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Sherry Lynette Solly Myers, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education, BA History. Sarah Smith, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Bethany Book Brigance, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Caitlin Elizabeth Alawan, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Shayla Tanel Bells, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Kirsten Michelle Wilson, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Christina Adele May, Bachelor of Science, Early Childhood Education. Jackie Ann Smith, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Nettie S. Aldridge, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Gwen L. Chapman, Associate of Applied Science, Early Childhood Education. Please join me in congratulating the graduates from the College of Education.
The graduates from the College of Languages and Communication are led forward to receive their degrees by Dr. Kelly Jennings, Distinguished Marshal from the College of Languages and Communication. All righty. Callie Michelle Tanner, Bachelor of Arts, English, summa cum laude. Yay. How you doing? Lizeth Garvey, Bachelor of Science, Spanish with teacher licensure, summa cum laude. Hey, man, how you doing? Christopher Douglas Wise, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure, magna cum laude. Haley Dawn Stanfield, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure, cum laude. Hey, man, how you doing? Congratulations. Thank you. James Corwin Woodard, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications, cum laude. Hey, girl, great job this morning. Thank you so much. Amber Monique Brazil, Bachelor of Arts, Rhetoric and Writing, cum laude. Hey, girl, how you doing? Jessica B. Weisenfels, Bachelor of Arts, English. Hey, Jessica. Hi. Crystal Pa Chi Mua, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications. Hey, girl, how you doing? Congratulations. Renee E. Conley, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications. Hey, how are you? Taylor Renee Smith, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communication. Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Good. Ashley Dana, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications. Hey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Constance Ann Lee, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communication. Ruben, congratulations. Ruben J. Silva, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications. Yeah. Hey, man, congratulations. Aaron Joseph Hodges, Bachelor of Arts, Media Communications. Hi. Alyssa A. Cardwell, Bachelor of Arts, Spanish. Hi. Jacqueline J. Velasquez Meeker, Bachelor of Arts, Spanish. Hi. How you doing?
Good.
Good. Ashley Leanne Morris, Bachelor of Arts, English. Hi. Krista Lasha Eccles, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure. Hey, man, how you doing? Christopher Leon Borjan, Bachelor of Arts, English. Hi, how are you? Congratulations. Elizabeth Jane Williams, Bachelor of Arts, English. Yay. Elizabeth. Hey, how are you? This is cool, huh? Rhiannon J. Edwards Corley, Bachelor of Arts, English. Stacy Miller, Bachelor of Arts, English. Hey, man, how you doing? Good. Brock Allen Williams, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure. Yeah, Brock. Hi, how are you? Ulison Marie Hickman, Bachelor of Arts, English. Lauren Alicia Dunn, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure. Hey, how are you? Tammy Lynn Gardner, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure. Hey, man. Hello. William Joseph Leaptrot, Bachelor of Science, English with teacher licensure. Destiny Adams, Bachelor of Arts, Rhetoric and Writing. Hey, man, how you doing? Guy Walter Saber, Associate of General Studies. Hey, man. Troy Merritt Gordon, Associate of General Studies. Hey, man. Ken Morton Jr., Associate of General Studies. Corey Elise Wilkinson, Associate of General Studies. Pauline Latrice Howard, Associate of General Studies. Sulia Catherine, Associate of General Studies. Kathy Dean Martin, Associate of General Studies. Hey, Kathy. Hi. Brittany Darlene Folk, Associate of General Studies. Hi, congratulations.
Thank you.
Charlotte Goff, Associate of Arts. Lorena Racinos, Associate General Studies. Please join me in applauding the graduates from the College of Languages and Communication.
Graduates, please rise. I invite you to please move your tassel to the left side of your mortarboards. Graduates, stay standing. Graduates, please give a round of applause and thanks to the faculty and staff of the university in recognition of the roles they played in the attainment of your degree. And now graduates, I would like you to give a round of applause to thank your parents, your grandparents, your spouses, your children for their encouragement, families, friends, for their guidance and encouragement and the love they've given you while you pursued your degrees.
You may be seated. Or should I say, graduates, you may be seated. For a number of years, the Reserve Officers Training Corps has been active at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith. Students may enroll in the ROTC program through the U.S. Air Force or the U.S. Army. Our ROTC program prepares men and women for careers as professional military officers. Chancellor Barron, 2 of our graduates will be accepting their commissions into the United States Army today. I am pleased to inform you that the final act of this commissioning will be accomplished on stage this morning. Joshua Autry and Ryan Milliken will take their oath of office from Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Cox and give their first salute to signify their entrance into the officer corps. I am pleased to introduce Lieutenant Colonel Kevin Cox, Commanding Officer of the Army ROTC Detachment here at UAFS.
Lieutenants, please come forward and receive your oath. Raise your right hand and repeat after me. I state your name. I, Joshua Autry, been appointed an officer in the Army of the United States in the grade of second lieutenant, do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, that I take this obligation freely without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, and that I will well and faithfully discharge the duties of the office upon which I am about to enter. So help me God. And now for the first salute. The first salute symbolizes the acknowledgement of these two new lieutenants into the officer corps, along with all the courtesies and the respect that's due their new rank. Tradition also calls that these officers will present the recipient of their very first salute with a silver dollar. Lieutenant Autry has selected Staff Sergeant Trevor McIntyre to receive his first salute. Lieutenant Milliken has selected First Sergeant Steve Loudermilk for his first salute.
Lieutenants Autry and Milken, thank you for allowing us to be part of this important event. We're honored that you'll be representing the University of Arkansas Fort Smith as you serve our country, and we wish you all the best as you continue your career as officers in the United States Army. Will the members of the audience please join me in a round of applause again to celebrate these two gentlemen. Rick Goins, the Director of Alumni Affairs, will now greet and address the graduates as new members of the University of Arkansas at Fort Smith Alumni Association.
Thank you, Dr. Barron. Good morning and congratulations to the graduates and their families. On behalf of more than 45,000 of your now fellow alumni, sharing more than 80 years of tradition, I'm proud to welcome you to the University of Arkansas Fort Smith Alumni Association. Having sat in this building and others like it 5 times, I understand the meaning and emotions of today. As a parent, I've been in your seat 3 times watching my children graduate. As a graduate, I've been in your seat twice. Once a long time ago, graduating with an associate's degree from West Ark, and more recently again in 2007 when I returned to UA Fort Smith for my bachelor's degree. For parents, today is all about pride, and perhaps in anticipation of an increase in your disposable income. For students and graduates, today is about pride as well. Pride in accomplishing a goal that will open doors of opportunities to you in the future. Today celebrates what you've accomplished in the past, but also looks forward to the future, next year and the rest of your life. Exciting and a little intimidating. Beginning today, you'll be leaving behind friends, favorite professors, clubs, and organizations. Your Alumni Association can and wants to be your link to those friends and professors. Keep us informed where you've moved, new jobs, promotions, getting married, children, and through our publications, we'll keep your friends and fellow alumni informed and connected. Attending alumni events, including homecoming, will maintain and expand your network and perhaps open up new opportunities for you in the future. We hope you'll return to campus to mentor students and help sustain and shape the future of the university, providing opportunities for future students, perhaps even including your own children, through your gifts of time, talent, and resources. So wherever you go, whatever you do, please keep us informed, because like your proud parents today, we want bragging rights for all the wonderful things you're going to accomplish. Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Goins. We appreciate your service to the university as the director of the Alumni Association here. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us this morning at the Spring 2014 Commencement. Commencement is a time for ending one period of your life and a time for beginning a new phase. Commencement is a time for celebration. I know you will take with you the knowledge and skills to excel in our modern and complex world. We take great pride in your accomplishments to this point and wish you great success in the future. We will conclude this commencement ceremony with our alma mater. The words to the alma mater may be found on the inside back cover of your program. Following the alma mater, we request that you remain at your seats until the recessional is complete. Please meet your graduates outside. Please rise.
I declare the morning ceremony of the 91st commencement at the University of Arkansas Fort Smith is adjourned.